to tell you how I changed my perspective and turned my greatest nightmare into my greatest blessing. All through high school, I ran cross country and played soccer and basketball. My senior year, they cut the cross country team, but I still wanted to stay in shape. So I decided to start running on my own every morning before school. Come soccer time, I wasn't getting the playing time I thought I deserved, and I asked the coach why, and he said I wasn't conditioned enough. So this lit a fire in me, and I decided to run 7 miles every morning, Monday through Friday, and 12 miles on Saturday and Sunday. But still, this was not enough. After soccer season had concluded, I still liked running, and so I continued this through the summer. These are the pictures of 6 months after I started running. You can see the change. I got very skinny, and everyone thought I looked great, but it started to worry me because I could not even maintain 98 pounds on the scale. And so I decided to go to my doctor and seek help. I went for my yearly checkup, and my doctor the nurse took my vitals and weighed me and took my height, and then I waited in the room for my doctor. She came in and instantly started freaking out on me. She didn't give me a chance to explain what was going on. She just immediately assumed that I was anorexic. She asked me what I was eating, but I told her, and at this time I was trying to gain weight, so I ate quite a bit. I compare myself to a teenage boy in my eating patterns, but she did not believe that. So she referred me to the children's hospital. The two things that made me the most concerned about this was that being in the hospital was one of my worst nightmares. I did not want to go, and the only way I knew how to relieve my stress was to run, and I would not be able to do that. So I knew that was the wrong way of thinking because running was potentially killing me, but I was upset because I could not run. The second reason I was upset is because I wanted Chick-fil-A, and I was not about to go to the hospital without it. So my doctor said I could get Chick-fil-A, and so I got that and then went to the hospital. That night, I thought I was going to die also because they only gave me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner because I was under the protocol of an eating disorder patient, and they thought my body would go into shock because the doctor had told them that I had not been eating, and so they thought if they forced me to eat, then my body would go into shock. So I spent a week in the main hospital trying to get my heart rate to stay above 35 beats per minute. It was dropping down to 28 beats per minute at night. Once it stayed above 35 beats per minute, then I was moved to the eating disorder unit because insurance wanted to pay the lower price. My doctor caught on after like 2 days that I was not anorexic. I was just a stupid athlete who hadn't been educated enough to know how to take in the correct caloric intake for what they were doing. And at this moment, I realized that this was a blessing to me, and that this was God showing me what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, reinforcing my decision of going to Colorado Mason University to study athletic training in order to help someone else with this and not let them end up in the predicament that I was in. I also realized that I lead an extremely blessed life with my family and my friends and all that I am able to do. I am blessed that I had the mindset and the strength to pull myself out of that situation, to seek help from my doctor even though she freaked out on me, and then to trust in my doctor at the children's hospital that allowed me to get through the eating disorder clinic, even though it was very hard for me watching the other children as they truly did have mental health issues. But now looking back, it helps me understand mental health issues better and understand that something that I take for granted, that I can go and eat fries or like just go and eat a normal lunch, they couldn't mentally do that. And so it really helped me know how blessed I was. It also led me to know that I do want to be an athletic trainer. I want to educate patients and look for signs of mental health issues or even just deficiencies in the way that they are thinking, or just the misunderstanding or common misunderstanding about health, and be able to help them and pinpoint that out and not just jump on them and accuse them of anything. So that has led me to Indiana State University to study, get my doctorate in athletic training. And I think that the nightmare and waking up every day in the hospital bed for those 3 weeks and thinking this is my nightmare, I'm waking up in my worst nightmare, and changing my perspective and thinking that this is my greatest blessing and this was God's plan for me has helped me reach this point in my life and lead me to getting my doctorate at Indiana State University. Thank you.